Let's make Sam Winchester as a me in Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Here we go. We're gonna start from scratch and let's get started. Alright, so for the face, I'm thinking something like this. That's what I think looks best. You could obviously change it a little bit if you want, but I think that's the best one. For the hairstyle, so obviously Sam has a lot of different hairstyles. It's basically the same thing with like a middle part or some variation of a middle part basically. Personally, I like this one right here the best, this one. But you could obviously try something like this, maybe something a little bit shorter if you want as well, like the earlier season hairstyle. Also, another good recommendation is something like, where is it? It's right here. Like this, or this. And you can set like the back as well if you wanted to do that. This is good for like that early season Sam, like season 1, 2, I think. This is what his hair was like, something like that. But personally, I like the one I showed before. So the next thing is eyebrows. For this, I mean, eyebrows are kind of like eyebrows, they're kind of, you can't really see them anyways with this hairstyle. So something kind of basic works here as well if you wanted to just go with these ones. These work too. Honestly, I think these work just fine, so I'm just gonna angle these a little bit, make them a little bit lower, like lower set like that. Give them a little bit more height, so they're just a little bit, not like that, a little bit more height this way. So it's a little bit further from the eyes. And now let's move on to the eyes. So for eyes, you can really do a lot of different things. It really depends on how you want the character to look. Personally, for me, I think this is the best option. And I would just angle these up a little bit like that. I think that works really, really well. I'd say something like this is the perfect option. Now for the nose, you could try something else. I personally think this looks fine, or you can maybe do this. Actually, this might be better. Actually, I don't know. It really depends on what you think the character looks like, or however you envision the character, right? So, but for me personally, I think the nose is pretty straightforward. The sizing is alright too. Okay, so next, for the face, it's really up to you, obviously. But personally, I think a smirk is a good idea. It looks a little too big. I might shrink that a little bit. So just like that, I think it's pretty nice. For ears, okay, now look, I'll be honest with you guys. I honestly think ears look weird. Actually, no, in this case, they might just work. I think because the hair covers them, it kind of adds like a little bit of depth to his face. It kind of works, actually. We'll go with ears here, you know what? So obviously he doesn't wear glasses, so I don't really see the need for this. So I would skip it personally. And now for the, I guess you could call these facial markings, facial hair, all that. You could add a beard. He does have a beard at one point, but it's very brief. And it isn't really the most recognizable look of the character. What you could do, what I might recommend, is just adding like a jawline thing like this. It makes him look kind of old, unfortunately, but it also kind of adds like that jawline effect that, I mean, he has a good jawline, that's for real. So it kind of gives that effect as well. I might just lower this a little bit personally. So just a little bit like that. I think that's perfect, actually, yeah. And then for face paint, you don't really need anything. And yeah, that's basically it. So that's Sam Winchester. So just a quick little recap. We chose this jaw face. We chose this hairstyle under sets. We chose default eyebrows as I think I lowered them or increased their height a little bit. So I did that. For the eyes, I chose these ones, angled them up a little bit. And for the nose, just the default. I thought that looked fine. You could change it, obviously. I went with the smirk for the face. Ears, I gave him like the most, I guess the first ear option here. No glasses. And I gave him like these, I guess you could call them like face lines. So yeah, that's Sam Winchester. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Tomodachi Life, including tutorials like this one and live streams that I'll be doing for this game, playing along on my island, in which you guys can submit your own Miis, tell me what Miis to make, and I can make them live and add them to my island. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Kraken out.